Well, I'll tell you how I got into the band business. But I'll start before that. I started singing when I was very young. Sang in choir, was a soloist, sang in a mixed chorus in high school, was in the all-city choir, did this, that, and the other. I could really sing early on. And I came up to the University of Texas in '63 to go to school and went through Rush. And I was at a Phi Gam Rush party. They had the Phi Gam Lake House out on, I guess it was Lake Austin, and was playing guitar and fooling around. This guy came up to me and he said, "I like the way you sing. Give me your phone number. I'm going to call you up." And I said, "Okay." So he called me that was on the weekend. He called me on Monday and said, "I'm going to talk to you about something. I'm going to come pick you up at your little dormitory, and we'll go to Dirty Martin's and I'll buy you a Coke." And I said, "Okay." So he came and picked me up. His name was Charlie Hatchet. And Charlie had a band in Lubbock called the Red Raiders that were really popular. It had a 45 out. I thought it was a big, big deal. Charlie had graduated from Texas Tech and come down here to law school. And he said, "I want to start a band and I want you to be in it and I want you to play bass guitar." And I said, "Well, I can play the guitar and I can sing. I know a bunch of songs, but I've never played the bass guitar." And he said, "Oh, it's easy. It's only got 4 strings." So we went down to 6th Street, which was all total dives. I don't think if there were any live music clubs there, they were Tejano joints. And went down to Bledsoe Music and bought a bass guitar, a harmony bass. This was been in 1963, and a Fender Bassman, which I still have. And I think we might have practiced that week because Saturday we had a gig at the Phi Gam Lake House. Well, I could sing and play, but I couldn't do both at the same time because I had no idea what I was doing on a bass. So I would just sort of go bum, 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 bum while I was singing whatever it was. And then when he was playing guitar on the instrumental break or whatever, then I could dun, 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 do that. So that's how I got into playing in a band. And the interesting thing about that band was we played, I remember this clearly, we played for $75 that weekend. The next weekend, we played for $150. We immediately jacked our price up because we could learn. A Beatles album would come out on Monday. By Friday, we knew all the songs. It was a 3-piece band. And all the other bands immediately jacked up their prices. The gold mine in those days, to some extent, were the clubs, but it was primarily the fraternity parties. I would play 3 fraternity parties a weekend. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and maybe we'd play an after party sometime. I had so much money I was going to buy an XKE. I needed an XKE, but I didn't. But I had all my money in a little shoebox. So those were very heady times, and there were a ton of bands that were doing that same fraternity circuit at the University of Texas. That was really what kept everybody in business. Clubs, yeah, people played clubs, but it was if you wanted to make any kind of money, you played at these fraternity parties.